you have done this film, The Pen and the Sword. According to you, what is the significance of this award that we are going to hand out to somebody now?
I think it's important because we are able to encourage these journalists for being courageous. And that's something that's really important because it's very brave what they're doing, but what they need is the eye of the world watching with them so we can see them, we can monitor them in a sort of way. It's solidarity. And we show them we stand behind you.
Let's have a look at the nominees.
Tafadzwa Ufumeli is a freelance photojournalist for the Zimbabwean newspaper Newsday. His work focuses primarily on covering social injustice and particularly police brutality. Just 1 month ago, he captured the police violently breaking up a protest in the capital Harare. The police have arrested Ufumeli several times. He sees his work as a symbol to promote democracy and good governance in his country. Mehman Husseinov, a journalist and blogger, wants to raise awareness of political and social problems in Azerbaijan. His Facebook page, where he posts videos and photos of human rights abuses in the country, had over 250,000 followers. He was the coordinator of the Sing for Human Rights protest ahead of the Eurovision Song Contest in Baku, to call attention to human rights violations. Husseinov has been arrested numerous times and is not allowed to leave the country. Fisayo Soyombo is a young, highly acclaimed journalist in Nigeria. He runs The Cable, an online independent newspaper. He wrote a 5-part series on the plight of soldiers injured on the battlefield with Boko Haram. After publication, the Nigerian army accused him of committing subversion, a treasonable offence punishable by death. Soyombo also writes for Al Jazeera as a columnist.
Fisayo Soyombo. Congratulations. Fisayo Soyombo impressed the jury with his unusual way of telling the truth. He even went undercover to get a good insight on the reality he was reporting on. He did so during the Ebola crisis in Liberia, with the risks of getting infected himself. He did so to reveal the corruption of the Nigeria Customs Services, and his investigation led to a new rule which states that all officers have to publicly declare their assets. In a country where the so-called brown envelope journalism is more practice than an exception, he although young, dares to be different and as such stands out from the rest. Congratulations again.
Would you like to say something to the public?
Thank you very much. I don't know what the Dutch culture towards journalists is, but in Nigeria, there are only 2 types of investigative journalists. The foolish ones, those are the ones who die. The brave ones, those are the ones who are alive. If you're an investigative journalist and then you die trying to do your work, people describe you as foolish.
Mike?
Shall I give you another one? Let's try this one.
Thank you.
Yep,
If you die doing your job, people describe you as foolish. But if you're alive, they think you are brave. So I am thankful to God that I'm alive, not that I'm brave. So I'm happy to get this award. I want to dedicate this award to a journalist who was killed 4 years ago. His name is Enenche Akogu. I never met him. I didn't know him, but there was a bomb blast by Boko Haram in Kano, and then he went there to try to get details of what happened, and while doing that, he was shot by insurgents. So I'm dedicating this award to him to keep his memory alive. Quickly also, I want to thank 4 people who have been vital to my career. My dad, he has had the greatest influence on my life, Mr. Moses Adeboye Gashion, but my mother, my #1 cheerleader, my editor, my first editor. Please indulge me. I studied animal science. I should be on the farm tending to animals. But when I decided to be a journalist, a certain editor rejected me. A second one gave me a chance. So I will never pick up any award without mentioning the name Jaman Anikulapo. He gave me a chance to be a journalist. And finally, the publisher and the CEO of the cable newspaper. Without him, this would not have been possible. He gave me 4 weeks off work in May to travel to Borno State, the stronghold of Boko Haram. So I thank my boss also, Mr. Simon Kolaole, for this, and everyone at Free Press Unlimited. Thank you so much.